Families could get discounts on their supermarket shop and free cinema tickets for hitting exercise targets under a new NHS scheme. The proposal, which is aimed at cutting pressure on the health service, will see app users rewarded for walking. The programme will be trialled in Halton-Lee in Cheshire at one of 10 housing developments which make up the NHS Healthy Towns. Well, Kevin McGough is the director of the Ebbsfleet Garden City Healthy New Town, and Stephen Ward is the CEO of ukactive Aid. Thank you very much for joining us. Kevin, tell us what the Healthy Town is trying to do.
Good morning. Well, Ebbsfleet Garden City is the largest of the Healthy New Town pilots. The Healthy New Town programme is one that's been pioneered by NHS in England. It's a really fantastic initiative that's really trying to take a step back, actually, and say, well, if we're going to build a whole new place, a whole new town, let's do it better than we've done historically. And can we get better health outcomes and, get people much more involved in designing the health services if we start from scratch in a whole new place?
So give us some specific examples then of what the incentives are for people to improve their healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean, each of the 10 Healthy New Town pilots have got different initiatives. At Ebbsfleet Garden City, we've got sort of 3 strands of work. We're going to deliver new health services, a new way to put people in control of their own health. We're going to do a whole new built environment. So we're going to be building 192 hectares of city parks. That's 7 new parks. And we want people to get involved and help us design them. And then in terms of working with the local community, we've got new and existing communities. We've got lots of initiatives to try and help them get involved in both designing this town and actually getting involved and being more active. One example for us is what we call our Fitbit monitoring programme. And that's where we're giving 100 people who've already signed up and already actively involved, new and existing residents who've taken on for a year to try and get more active, to support each other to get more active, and then to use the GPS data. So we're going to be monitoring where they go over the next year. They tell us.
Sorry. I mean, I'm trying to work out what the incentive is, because obviously, there are parks in towns already. People can buy the gadgets for their wrists to try to motivate themselves. Are you offering things like the sort of headline items that have been mentioned, the cut price sports gear, the free cinema tickets, discounts on supermarket shops?
Well, if people stay within our initiative for a year, they'll be able to keep the digital monitoring device, only if they retain the programme for a year. And they'll also help design the parks that they're going to live in. So basically, they tell us what kind of parks they want. They show us through the GPS data they give us where they go, what they like to do, and then we'll design the parks for them. So they really tell us how to design the city, really, in a way.
Stephen Ward, what do you think about it?
Well, I think the initiative is really timely. Modern life has been really successful in stripping effort out of anything that we try to do, whether it's our leisure time, the way we get to and from schools, the way we spend our time at work. I've not even had to make it down to your studio today. I'm doing it here from my office, sitting down, which is great in many ways, but really bad for our health. Physical inactivity, according to the World Health Organization, is now the 4th largest cause of premature mortality globally. Here in the UK, it's leading to 37,000 deaths per year. I'm sorry to interrupt you,
because we are short on time. So I just want to sort of understand exactly what is going to make people behave differently, because these are things that we know.
We do know them, but our towns and cities previously have been designed in a completely different way. This is starting from scratch with the idea of designing activity back into lives where we've managed to strip it out, and that's really important.
Jackie has joined us now. Hi there. Hi. You're from a walking and cycling group. What are you doing to get people fit and healthy?
Well, we have to work with the existing community and this housing situation that they're in. So we go out into the community and try and get those people active by looking at what's stopping them. So the barriers to walking and cycling that they experience.
And so what are the barriers that you come across?
Well, for example, cycling. If you're living in social housing, where do you put your bikes? If you can afford your bikes, most people can't even afford bikes. If you want to go out as a family, that might be 3 or 4 bikes, maybe more, plus all the paraphernalia. So they've got to be able to afford those bikes. We've been looking at we've been supplying recycled bikes for people. We've got to make sure they're safe. But then on top of that, they don't want to go near traffic. They need cycle routes that are safe, that are pleasant, and that are nearby. And they don't know where those cycle routes are. They do exist, and they love to get out with the kids on the bikes, but it's a big challenge to get them out, big challenge to help them to own their own bikes so that they're there to use. And also there's a lot of leisure routes where we live, but for commuting, there just isn't the infrastructure. So that's for cycling. For walking, people are very nervous about going out without support, and they like to go in a group, particularly if they're with kids. There's a lot of lone parents, and it's really good to help them to get out as a group. So that's what we try and do. We try and meet them in their communities and enable them to learn about what public transport options are available to get them to nice places, because a lot of them aren't car owners.
How much impact, Kevin, do you think the environment has on people's sort of desire and incentive to actually get out and do the best thing for themselves?
I think it's critical. So if we haven't got, cycle routes, places for people to walk, parks for people to go, then obviously they're not going to do it. So it's really important when people move into a new place, a new town, that we encourage positive behaviours from the beginning. So have those cycle routes that we've just heard about, and have the ability that they're safe, that people actually feel safe to get out there and go there. We are actually finding that our new residents are working very well with existing residents. The existing residents are telling them, oh, these are the routes to get to A, B and C, but that's the best cycle route to use, that's the best walking route to use.
Thank you all very much. We are right out of time. Thank you very much for your company today. BBC Newsroom Live coming up next. I'll see you soon. Bye.